Bonjour, welcome to Max's Cognac Review. Thanks for joining me. Today I'll be reviewing an Armenian brandy. It is hard to pronounce. I believe it is Ararat Brandy. Now, this was recommended to me from a viewer, a follower, Rat. I want to thank him for the recommendation. Now, although all cognacs are brandies, not all brandies are cognacs. So in order for a brandy, a distilled grape spirit, to be called a cognac, it has to come from the Cognac region of France. So although this is not a cognac, it is a brandy. And in fact, Armenia is one of the first, if not the first, to cultivate and grow grapes and produce wine, dating all the way back from 4000 BC. So there's a lot of tradition, a lot of heritage that goes into the process, and I know this brandy in particular is somewhat of a national symbol of Armenia. It is typically found more in former Soviet Union countries, such as Ukraine, Georgia, and of course Russia. Brandy is marketed as a cognac in these regions. They do have 6-year, 10-year expressions and up. I'm gonna give it a pour, give it a nose, and we'll take it from there. Brandy definitely has a nice, beautiful amber color. Doesn't look like there's been a tremendous amount of caramel added to it, but it does have a healthy glow. I'm very surprised because it's only aged for 3 years, but there's very little alcohol, and it is definitely different than your typical cognac. It doesn't have a lot of dried fruit, but I'm getting a lot of fresh, ripe fruit. I'm getting toasted apples, kind of a fresh white grape. Instead of maybe the older expressions have more of the dried plums and dried figs, but for me, I'm getting a lot of fresh white fruit, and it's very nice. Not a lot of alcohol, but a very sweet, fruity aroma. It smells like it's gonna go down very smoothly. I'm gonna give it a taste, let you guys know what I think. Wow, very unique, very interesting experience, especially after having so many cognacs. Again, getting fresh apples, fresh white grapes, and an overall crisp, fresh taste and palate from this brandy. It's hard to put your finger on it exactly. Definitely not getting as much cinnamon, not getting as much nutmeg as your typical cognac. And again, instead of the dried red fruits like dried figs, raisins, I'm getting a lot more fresh, crisp notes. Fresh apples. You can definitely get the fresh white grape. Almost tastes refreshing. I could almost see myself drinking this in the daytime on a hot day. I'm almost tempted to want to put an ice cube in here and call it apple juice, but it has a very nice, smooth, delicate balance, and it goes down incredibly smooth. I'm gonna give it another taste. Again, for only being a 3-year aged brandy, I'm amazed at how smooth this brandy is. And although it might not have, I would say, as much flavor and character as a cognac might have. It really is a unique experience, and it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. It's different in many ways, but very rewarding as well. I really enjoy this expression. I am curious and I'm interested to try the 6-year and 10-year. It was rather difficult to get my hands on this bottle, as I am in the US, and I think they are very prevalent, as I mentioned, in former Soviet Union countries, but a little trickier to get your hands on here in the US. For me, it's difficult to rate this as it's not a cognac, but for a brandy, I'm giving it a 90 out of 100. I certainly recommend giving this a try, especially if you're in the mood for something lighter, smoother, and crisper than your typical cognac. And I look forward to trying the older expressions very soon. Thanks for joining me. Until next time.